What's up guys, it's Shay coming at you with a new Vlogging Monday. I am back and I decided I was going to talk to you about something. It seems to be on the TV and on YouTube all over, at least on my feed, about being Afro-Latina. I think I've mentioned it once, twice, or maybe 30 times that I was born in Panama. So I'm Afro-Caribbean, mainly Central American, but my family is Caribbean. So I've got that whole Jamaica, all that kind of stuff going in there with that. So I identify mainly as Caribbean, Latina. There has been so many things out there, like people have been talking about how they're tired of people ignoring the existence of us, Black, Latinos, and yeah, they don't put us on television. And if they do, you don't know that we're Latinos. And so, like, if you go to Univision, you never see somebody our color unless they're the maid, or, you know, yes, that happens. That, you know, we work through and past that in the American media, and the Latinos are just taking a long time to catch up. Think about it this way. Brazil is a Latin country. Was the last country in the whole entire, well, maybe not the whole entire world, but in the Americas, the last country in the Americas to give up slavery. Like, we're talking way into the 1900s giving up slavery. So Latin America has got a long way to come, okay? So I just want to look at what is great about being Black and Latina, especially living here in the United States. Being Black and Latina means I have a little bit of a privilege, okay? It's not that great because, yeah, I'm still Black, and so the first thing you see is the Blackness. Now, here's the thing. I'm Black. Therefore, when I walk into a room, nobody ever assumes that I don't understand what they're saying. They'll come up to me and they'll start talking to me in English all the time, and I can respond, obviously, because I speak like this. I can respond, and it's fine. I am not questioned whether I belong in this country or not, unless you're like really hella racist. I mean, even the people who don't even mean to be racist will say, do you speak English? No, they don't ever ask me that. They never do. They just assume I do. And that's fine by me because I do. And I do speak more English than I do Espanol, pero tú sabes. I will tell you a story. I went to Mexico when I was 18. I didn't have a passport card or whatever, but when I was 18, you really didn't need one to pass over the border. But I didn't have my citizenship papers with me. I didn't have a citizenship. I was just a resident. So, and I didn't have my green card with me, and I didn't have my social security card with me. I had like a driver's license. Did I have a right? I didn't even drive. I didn't even have a driver's license, okay? I had my military ID card. That's what I had. And I went in a car with another Black guy and a Mexican girl and her brother, and of course they looked like they were from Mexico. When we were passing back into the United States from the border, I was hella nervous because, first of all, I was a resident and I didn't have my citizenship, and I didn't have any identification to tell me I belonged to this country. So in my mind, I'm like, holy crap, I am not gonna be able to come back into this country. I was not thinking this through. So I sat in the back of the car. I was not driving, and the Mexican girl was driving, and they stopped the car, and I'm like, oh Jesus, oh my God, what's gonna happen? And they're like, what do you have in here? And then they checked the trunk, they checked everything, they checked her ID. She was American, fine, you're through. They asked the guy in the front, was the Black guy in the front, for their ID, and me and her brother were sitting in the back. Her brother was 15 years old. They said, oh, he's a minor. They didn't even look at me. They did not even look at me. They just was like, okay, you're good. And they let us through. And I'm like, I'm the only person in this car that didn't have proof that I was an American citizen. And they let me back in. Of course, you know, I still had my military ID card, so they would have had to let me back in regardless. But still, I could have been stuck in Mexico for real. I was truly scared. I was like, how the hell? And I'm gonna count that as a privilege. I got Black privilege in that border. Another great thing about being Afro-Latina is I never forgot that I could always stealthily realize if somebody really wanted to be around me or not. There's so much colorism in Latin America. Another great thing is, again with the language thing, I tend to talk to everybody in English first. I will do that and try to deal with them in English first. And if I can really see that they're having a hard time following what I'm saying or responding, then I'll switch it up and go back to Spanish. Mainly so that they do not feel like they have to struggle. Like I start in English so they don't feel like I'm trying to think that they don't know how to speak English, because it's a matter of pride. You come to this country, contrary to popular belief, most people don't want to look like they aren't trying to assimilate to the culture. They want to assimilate to this culture. They want to live in this place and not be harassed by people. They want to learn English. Don't assume that they don't, because they do. It's just a little bit too hard for people who are always around people who speak their language and have just recently gotten to this country. It is a hard language to learn. Spanish compared to English is so much easier to learn that this whole English language is amazing. I don't even know how to say it. But yes, they want to learn. You come to this country, you pretty much decide you're going to learn English eventually. If not right away, at least in the next 10 years. And if you haven't been able to, and it's not a failure to want to learn how to speak the language. It's more about a failure of the people who try to teach them the language, or if the fact that they were able to ask or whatever. It's a matter of pride. They do want to learn English, and so I start with English first, and then I move to Spanish if it's just gonna get us there faster. Plausible deniability. You're just not automatically lumped into this huge category. Like when I first started applying for work and schools and things, anything that I would have clarify my race or ethnicity in a box, my mom said, just put black, never put Spanish, never put Hispanic, never do that. Because the moment they see that you're a foreign person, they're going to treat you different. Just say you're black. And how is it that we're going to look at things here in this country as it's just more favorable to be black than Hispanic? Is because not only are black folks being discriminated against, but Hispanic people are being discriminated against. I mean, not only from whites, but also blacks. So I was always told, put black. So my marriage certificate, my citizenship papers, I'm black. I'm black. And then they changed everything to include ethnicity as well. So when they started switching things up to split ethnicity and race, and every time they say black, not Hispanic, they only want me to put Hispanic. And so I put Hispanic. And I think that's probably why I'm a YouTuber and not working some corporate job at 40. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I should just go back to putting black. And I'm thinking I've been very, very proud and putting my ethnicity as Hispanic, because that's what I am. I feel so very unique being in this position of being black and Latina and being able to separate and compartmentalize my life in different ways. Like I've gotten everything. I came to this country, my behavior didn't correlate to what other people viewed as what black was. So I wasn't as passing, I was acting too white. I found my solace in a very distinct group of people. They were very international, and all my friends were from everywhere around the world, and that's just always how I've been. I have friends from Vietnam and China and Germany and El Salvador, Mexico, and India, and all of us bonded in a way because we were so different from everyone else. We identified with places outside of this country. That's what it's all about, is being a community with one another in all cultures. Because being a foreigner in the United States is a culture all on its own. The great thing is that we have so much more of an open mind than those who have lived their lives just here in the United States. It is amazing the worldview that we get from outside looking into this country. It's just, I can't even. My worldview is so much bigger than yours. That's what I think every time I get some stupid little comment from somebody. What immigrants have seen are things that a normal American would never think to see, because an average American is only thinking about from here to here. They're not going outside of their culture. They're not going out of their comfort zone. As immigrants, we leave what we know and come to a whole new culture, and everything is different. And I'm pretty sure it's like that for every country we immigrate to, whether you come to the United States or go to the UK or go to Australia, wherever you go, from whatever country you're at to somebody else's country, land, and culture, your eyes are open so much wider. And I think everybody should have that opportunity to leave and experience somebody else's culture, because the experience is so much greater than anything you would get just staying in your own place. That is all to say, I love being Afro-Caribbean, and I can't imagine not having the point of view that I have to view the world in. That's all I have for you today on this Vlogging Monday. Thank you for watching my show. Please hit the subscribe button to get more videos like this, and hit that bell. A notification bell lets you know that I post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Check out my link for my merch. Down below I've got t-shirts, hoodies, leggings, and my books are they're linked down below. Hit that like button, because liking shares this video with all your friends on Twitter, and you know what? Sharing is caring. Please do share. That is all. Till next time, much love. Bye.